Every position I got a diamond at.
But if I'm not getting a Mushu, you ain't getting a Jeremy.
What?
I feel like a young Nomar.
Write to us. We're very friendly. Much love. I invite you here. You did me dirty. And welcome to a brand new episode of Going Deep with Matthew and Jeremy, episode number 68. I've returned from the dead. Jeremy's still here with you guys.
Maddie has returned from the dead.
I've done an Undertaker, and you know when he's laying down and just comes up and wakes up.
I like it, Maddie. No, it's good to have you back, buddy.
Thank you.
It's good to have
Glad
you
to be
back in. Everything's going phenomenal as usual for us.
Yes, sir.
I think just for you coming back, I think we got something for you.
Give me a hell yeah.
We got a hell yeah for you, Maddie.
Give me a hell yeah.
Maddie's back in the studio. Everything is back to normal.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. At first, I was like, where are you going?
Yeah, it was gone for a second, huh?
But no, you're good, man. But just like every episode, it's no different. Even though I am back, it's going to be a random question of the day. All right, so I do have something for you. I have a question for you later on. I was going to be my random question, but I'm actually going to save it for later when we do talk about the segment. Since today is going to be, we're going to remind you guys a little bit of what's going on in the NBA and MLB. That's what we have in our docket today. I'm going to have a fun question. I may have stole it from somewhere, but it's okay. I'm going to change it to my standards, my players, and you'll understand what I mean in a second.
Gotcha.
Do you remember the very classic, old school, I'm pretty sure we played it together back at your place before, NBA Jam?
I do. I enjoy NBA Jam. That is the two players.
Yep.
And a lot of lobs.
Yeah, a lot of lobs. Oh, no, he's like, from three, right? And
he's like, from downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about. Obviously, the players, they got the little bigger heads, smaller bodies. They can jump crazy. All right. But this version is called MLB Jam. Now, I got to give credit to Mr. Chris Landers, who came up with this article back in 2019. So, obviously, some of these players that I'm reading here are not on the team anymore. So, that's why I'm going to change it a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you the top three, I think, in my opinion, right? Maybe I give you five, and you're going to tell me what team you're going with 100% to dominate the MLB Jam. Let's say we're in a bracket. We got our friends.
So, is it going to be two pitcher?
It's going to be a
1-1?
Yep,
1-1?
Pitcher.
Got you.
Okay, cool. Now, I'm going to start with who I believe is number one. I think this team is, when you're playing NBA 2K or MLB, let's say, right now MLB, not the way they're playing right now, but let's just say MLB 21, MLB 20, most likely the teams that people were picking to play online were the Dodgers because they were just so a powerhouse. When you play NBA 2K back in the day, let's go like 5 years ago, you're choosing the Golden State Warriors, right?
I would still choose the Warriors.
You know what I'm saying,
if the
right?
teams are healthy.
You get what I'm saying, right? Like those are the teams.
No,
you always
I got
choose.
you. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So this is a team I think that is the favorite. They're gonna be there every time. They got to be chosen, and it's just because of the athletes they have on their team.
All right, what do you got?
And that is the dangerous duo, the dynamic duo of Mickey Mantle and Babe Ruth himself.
Oh my God.
Let me take that out. My bad.
Wait, Ruth is pitching?
No, my bad. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. That's what I meant to say.
This
my
guy.
My bad. So, in my opinion, that's the number one team. You got Mike Trout, probably best player in the game. You have Shohei, who's a pretty nice player, but he's also a pitcher, and he can also hit. He's adding that for you.
Okay.
Right? Think about that. That's a nice team.
Well, so in my head, when you do an NBA Jam, I figured there's like one guy, like forever pitcher, and one guy's forever hitter. Or
you can have it in whatever context you believe you want the game to be in. I'm just telling you, it's called MLB Jam. Whatever way, none's been made, right? No games have ever been made of them, so we don't know how technically. There is no rule on how the game is. If there was, a previous invention of a, example NBA Jam, we know how it works, so we know what players and how it plays. There's never been an MLB Jam, to my knowledge. There's not one, right?
I don't think so.
So there you go. So I don't know if it's an old forever hitter. Obviously with Shohei Ohtani, he's always in the pitch, but now when he's hitting.
Now you have the opportunity. So maybe you have the opportunity to have a DH.
Exactly.
Right? Your designated hitter and your DP. Designated pitcher.
Because now you have a pitcher. Like say you're playing defense, you're a pitcher, and you got your outfielder kind of roaming. Mike Trout's the best ever.
Yeah.
But then when you hit though,
you can have both hit rather than just one guy hit.
Let's just say the rules is both guys have to hit. You just have to, you're sacrificing your pitcher, whatever goes for whatever, however it works. You get me?
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
So I think that's number one. Number two. since this was 2019, we had a different duo who were first. And obviously, one of these guys had to change teams, which is why I'm changing it.
Okay.
And that person is Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is on the second place team with. I'm actually going with Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, Kershaw could smoke a ball.
Kershaw can smoke a ball. He can work in at bat. Obviously, Betts, of course, also listed as probably one of the best. Oh, I had a little lisp there. Best athletes in the game. I think he comes in second. Now, there's a couple of combinations here that I've seen. Do they work? Not too sure. Not too shabby. Obviously, this is a 2019 article, so you had Acuna Jr., which would be amazing, but then Fultonevich, which that doesn't work.
Well, you could go Soroka.
But even that, are they like that
No.
high, right? I think now you can go Lindor and DeGrom.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's a nice
because DeGrom
That's
could
a nice
hit
one,
too.
right? So maybe that's my, not third, but they take one of the 5 spots, so there's 3 spots right there. Let's go with spot number 4, which I think is valid. I think that's going to be, even though this guy's older, Max Scherzer and Juan Soto.
I had a feeling
that is a
should
great
be on
combo
there.
right
Get Mad
there.
Max.
I think
And
that's
Soto.
a wonderful combo. And then for taking my last spot, I'm still going to go, even though you talked about it, you're a fan of his, he's still kind of getting into shape. He's been hurt. Last year was awful, but other than that, 2 back-to-back pretty much MVP years. Christian Yelich, along with one of the best relievers in the game, Josh Hader.
Oh,
What do you think about that? It just has to be a pitcher. Doesn't have to be a
I
starter.
was gonna say if you're gonna go, if you were to tell me it is this year's version, Corbin Burns.
Ooh, yeah.
have to go Burns
fine.
over.
Or Burns, yeah. Burns has been amazing. That's a nice one. I like it. I just stole theirs because, that's kind of like the name.
No, yeah,
But
it makes sense.
There's 5. Do you think there's no possible way anyone can beat Trout and Ohtani? That's a nasty combo.
So here's where you gotta think about it from me.
Yes.
Yes, Ohtani can smoke a ball, right? He's a great hitter.
Yep.
Against righties. I think the numbers show against lefties.
That's fair.
Well, not as most guys, but whatever it is. So
Sorry, really quick, I forgot to mention, I could have also, not because, sorry, I know people are going to be like, oh, it's because you're Dodger fans. I'll go ahead and throw in Tatis and whatever pitcher.
you can go. I would take Tatis and Darvish.
There you go, Tatis and Darvish. There you go.
I think you forgot another one. Maybe Cole and Judge or Cole and Stanton.
I saw Judge here, and he was with Severino, but I was like, Severino hasn't been that good. I forgot what
you
pitchers
take
they
Cole
have.
100%.
Totally forgot about Garrett
It's
Cole. There you go,
Cole.
Judge and Cole.
Nola and Harper.
I think that's on the lower side.
It's an if. Yeah, it is on the lower side. Definitely on the lower side.
That's an if.
So you have. I'm trying to think of anybody else you can throw in there.
No, I don't like the
Javi
Cardinals.
Baez and Kyle Hendricks. That'd be a terrible team.
I don't like that one. Even though right now it should be Chris Bryant. He's playing
Hyun-Jin
best.
Ryu and Bo Bichette.
Sure, that's a nice one. That's like if I had the 7th pick and I got that team, I'm like, hey, I'm happy. It's a good team.
No, I think so.
I don't think they're gonna win, but
no, I get your point. So for me, the issue with Ohtani here on why you think he's number 1.
yes,
When you look at him compared to those other guys, the other pitchers,
yeah, he's not
he's not in the same realm.
Yeah,
Has he been dirty and nasty and everything in between? Yes. But he has not been a phenom. He's not been a
I agree with
Cy Young
I agree.
candidate to me.
Sorry, had a little bit of a hiccup there. The only reason because obviously there is no rules to the game. I'm taking a little bit to the NBA Jam. You know how usually they team up like a really, top player of the team, and then they have like a nice player. Usually,
Well, like in the last one, I used to pair up Kobe and Powell all the time. It
Right.
was so nice.
because I remember I think one of them was like Magic and then Vlade Divac is one of the ones I played. And Vlade's a nice player, but I always think of it like that. So these guys are these are the cream of the crop pitchers that we're choosing.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the whole who's the best.
If you went with the
athlete.
whole package where the pitcher has to hit, I guess you can go Ohtani. He's just
that's why
his hitting ability is so much better than all the
Yeah,
other
and then
pitchers'
they might
hitting
get
ability that it almost erases the fact that he's not as good as a
I mean, I
pitcher
guess that's
as
why
all
they
the
have-
other pitchers.
I guess that's why they haven't made an MLB. What do you call it? MLB Jam because
It wouldn't be a terrible idea
Still
though.
be
I think
fun.
you're on to something like a little arcade game or something.
be fun, right?
But no, you're on to something there.
they always play like the. I don't know if you ever had a chance to play the Wii or the what's the other one called? Wii U? Is that the new one?
No.
What,
That's
why?
the
Switch. Stupid.
Switch.
Why Wii U? They have like Mario Party version. It's a baseball one. Have you ever played that one? That one's actually
That one
kinda
you just
fun.
hit, right?
Yeah, you throw too. You choose like which one to throw, and then you choose timing.
There's a Mario game.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
a different
There's
one.
a whole
That's a different
Mario
one. But
baseball
anyways,
game.
I digress. We continue.
Okay, but yes, I would say Trout 1, Lindor, DeGrom probably 2,
Yeah,
because
I
I think
agree with you
DeGrom's
there.
probably a little bit better of a hitter than Kershaw. And then I would take Kershaw 3.
Yeah, Kershaw Mookie.
Kershaw Mookie, and then the rest of the pitchers can't hit.
Yeah.
The rest of the pitchers just can't hit, so you could just take whoever you feel is the best.
That's
that's the way I would do the top 3 there. Well, you're taking Ohtani, obviously.
I think so. I think that's just because they're just so dynamic.
No,
because Ohtani is a pitcher who, I know you're right. You're 100% right. I'm giving it to you. He's not a phenom. We still yet to see. But it's a guy who throws upper 95, nasty splitter, slider. He has the stuff for sure to be a elite pitcher, I think. Personal.
Yeah, it's whether or not he can stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of, he needs to put together multiple great pitching games. He has not done that. He's been like one here, one there.
Yeah, I think so far he's been a little more consistent, right? We would say this year.
I think he's at 364.
So a little better than what he's shown. But of course, what 5 starts?
He's the only pitcher or only player that ever throw 100 miles per hour and then hit a ball 100 miles per hour in the same game. Which is pretty cool. Which I guess is something that nobody else will ever be able to say. More actually, was it Brendan McKay?
Oh,
maybe.
Well, yeah, maybe. Well, the pitchers are starting to make a comeback because what's that Braves guy? The pitcher hit a grand slam.
Yeah, that's his second home run.
Holy moly, man! And that was center. That was center field.
No. Yeah, he destroyed that thing.
Almost.
No, he killed it.
And he's pitching well today. I mean, he's pitching well in the season. He's 3-1 with a 2.36 ERA, 38 Ks. So hey, NL version of Shohei Ohtani.
Maybe he's getting there. But I like the random question. I think that was a solid one. And it looks like our Cinco de Mayo items just came in right here.
Do you want to say that happy? Do you say happy Cinco de Mayo?
Feliz
Dia del Cinco de Mayo.
Whatever it is. As you can hear the rapper.
Everyone who's educated and knowledgeable, today's the independence of Mexico.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
No, it's a battle against Napoleon. Actually, I double checked today. I was like,
I think it's September. I think it's the Mexican independence.
Yeah, it is. It's right after my birthday or right before my birthday, but it is the day that they commemorate the Mexican army's victory over Napoleon III's French forces at the Battle of Puebla in 1862.
Screw off Napoleon.
Little guy. Little boy.
Is it that Napoleon?
Is that Napoleon, buddy?
Damn.
Little boy. Can't come over here.
He's been everywhere.
Maddie.
Yes.
We got some NBA stuff going on.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
NBA's been awful this year. Sorry.
It's been a little rough this year. You and I have talked about it a few times. But there's something I wanted to talk about.
What's up? Let's go. Shoot.
So season's winding down, 7 games left. NBA decided, hey, there's this idea we have. What do we think? Play into the playoffs, because usually at the end, the 8th seed has about maybe 2 or 3 teams that are kind of close, maybe not close, whatever it might be, right? Mm-hmm. So it said, let's do a playoff.
Yeah.
So there'd be 4 teams trying to buy in to the 7 and 8 seed. You take your 7, 8, 9, and 10 seed, and they'd play each other.
Yeah.
All right. So your 8 seed would play your 7 seed. Winner of that is the 7 seed, no matter what your record is.
Mm-hmm.
Winner of the 9 seed versus 10 seed will play the loser of the 7, 8 seed game.
And that gives you your
8 seed. Winner
of all those games
of 9 and 10 and 7 and 8
becomes
the new 8 seed.
So you can lose a game. Let's say you're the 7 or 8 seed. You lose that 7 or 8 seed playing game to be the 7th. You get to lose 1 since you're in the 8th spot. That's your advantage for being in the 8th spot originally.
Yes.
And then the 9, 10 play each other. Whoever wins that one.
So they have to win twice.
They got to win twice. You just got to win once.
Yes.
I mean, okay, it makes sense. At least to give them an advantage. I think it's kind of stupid, but.
Well, the man that you call the best player in the world once said, you got Portland, Memphis, NOLA, and Sacramento tinkering around there. If there's 5 or 10 games left, why not battle it out? Make them play each other all 5 games. It's good for the NBA.
Yeah, and let me guess. If you had to play in the NBA, I haven't seen it. I'm just guessing. Oh, since they're obviously playing not too well. Well, what do you guys end up in the playing game?
Well,
that's stupid.
This was said in March.
Let me hear that.
Before, when life was kind of good. We're in COVID. COVID just happened. This is actually a little bit, I think, before COVID. Kind of strikes the NBA in the world.
Go ahead.
Let's take you back to May 2nd of 2021. Whoever came up with this shush needs to be fired now that the Lakers are in the 6th spot.
Yeah.
No matter what he said, what do you think of the play-in in a general concept?
Okay, so not involved.
Before we get LeBron, your thoughts on LeBron Bron.
I might join you on LeBron Heat in a second, so here we go. I don't like it, personally. Last year could be different, right? Last year was last year.
Yeah.
This year, I don't see the whole point of it. Maybe to make it more, exciting, but I think it's not fair, especially to the 7-8 seeds. There's a reason why they're in the 7-8 seeds. I think it's stupid. Now, would it bring more viewership? Possibly. Would people be more excited? Possibly, because it's been kind of a wash season. But just from my personal opinion, I don't like it. I think it's quite dumb.
Well, here's a couple of issues. So Mark Cuban kind of took the same LeBron route in the beginning. Sounds like a great idea.
Unless I'm in it.
Well, now that it's here, it's a little iffy. They're actually the 5 seed, but it's more on the idea of injuries. The season has been plagued by injuries. Of course. Damn near all season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me personally, I think the concept's good if there's that many teams within 3-game range.
Okay.
3 games, I think, is fair enough where you say, these 3 games don't really separate you enough from this team.
Okay.
But if you're 5 games out, obviously you are not to the level of this team. It's one thing to go on a mini skid.
Sure, you're trying to give them more, have this rule, but have a little bit more meaning,
you need to have
more depth, more clarification. Other than, hey, you're just a 6, 7, 8 seed, you want to put it, but
because here's the issue:
if you're up by 10 games, that means technically you're not really close.
No, you're not close. So Memphis is actually, not Memphis, Sacramento, which is a 10 seed right now, 31 and 33. Our 8, actually, let's go 7 seed, 36 and 29, 5 games.
Okay.
Give or take those 5 games. Do you think that's a fair enough balance?
5 games?
5 games.
I think that's actually a lot.
I think it's a lot too, especially in the West where every game is difficult, right? So every game you're actually winning, it's a hell of an accomplishment.
Yep. For me, you have a good point. For me, 1 or 2 games, especially right now, is kind of close. I think once you start going past 3, 4, 5, it's hard.
I think
it's hard because it's a lose. You have to lose, and the other team, you have to win. The other team has to lose, and that's tough.
No, I think
unless you play each other.
Well, well then that's a 2-way, right?
Exactly.
But that's where I'm kind of talking about. I think there's a certain range that they need to do it in.
Mm-hmm.
If you're within 3 games, there's always a way to figure out a playoff, right? Because if you're let's just say 9 seed team, you're down 3 games, no problem. You and the 9 seed, 8 and 9, go play each other.
Yeah,
that's fair enough to me.
That's fine. I mean, I get what you're saying. I think your way makes more sense. I don't know how far they'll go to make it but you have to be 3 games in this.
I think that's where it needs to be. Just because
I like what
these
you're
things
saying.
Can get ugly.
Yes, I like what you're saying because it kind of does help. It just really does tell you. Are you the 6th seed because you're actually a good team? You've been fighting. Yeah, their teams are better, but you're fighting for your spot. Or you're in the 6th seed by default because everyone's kind of sucky and everyone's kind of close.
Exactly.
Right?
So, I like the concept if they can change it up a bit.
Cool.
However, I hate the concept for this 2021 season where you're having the shortest off season in sports history.
You don't like how they just thought about it right now. Now we're all hurt and stuff. I got a Yankees cup. You got all hurt and stuff, and
Exactly. It doesn't make sense to me in a season that's riddled by injuries. Now, I understand this was done ahead of time. Obviously, before the season starts, they agreed to this, and all the owners and everybody said, okay, sure, more money.
More problems.
Less problems, but it turned out to be more problems.
Got it.
So I look at it, and I'm like, don't really like it just this year. However, if we're going forward and as we kind of get back into our normal process, because the NBA is ending in July this year.
Yep.
Almost August.
Yeah, and they're going to start up again. They're trying to do a regular one. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So the offseason will be a little bit longer, but it's not going to be as long as it needs to be to let these guys fully recover, train, get back into it.
I get what you're saying. The only problem is that if we extend it or whatever, if we do more of a break and we start later in the season, we're just going to keep on the cycle, right?
Well, eventually you got to stop starting late, right?
You'll
I would say, fingers crossed, 2022. Life is pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Almost. To a certain extent, right? Where maybe things are a little bit back to normal. Not 100%, but sports world is back to normal.
We're 85, 90 instead of 65,
Exactly.
70. Okay.
Exactly what I'm saying. So by little, the season will get back to normal, right? Now to the LeBron part.
Yeah, can we go talk shit about
Now you can talk about LeBron. How do you feel about his comments, Maddie?
I think LeBron bothers me a lot.
Now LeBron bothers you.
No.
I'm just saying, a month ago you told me LeBron doesn't bother you, that you love LeBron.
No.
That you were a Bron-sexual.
No. Here's the problem. This is where you're misguided. You're blinded. You hate him so much that you don't like him. I get that. That's fine. A lot of people don't like him.
Time out.
Yeah.
I've said this numerous times. You got to respect greatness, but Maybe as a person.
Okay, I've always said
I haven't liked him since the Cleveland days. I don't want this to be made where
that's you're sorry. Okay.
His new phase.
Yeah, sure. I got you. Guys don't just listen here. Here we go. If you go back to any episode I said I respect his play, we both agree. We both agree to it. We both agree that we respect greatness.
He's a great player.
Number 3. Numbers, everything's there.
3 all time.
We both all say it. We've both said that together. Maybe I said a little more than you on that side.
You said a lot more. You said he was number 1.
But we respect him regardless.
Yes.
Is he a good player? Yes.
Yes, he's
done.
a good player.
That's done. Personal-wise, I've always given him a little more slack. I'll give you that. Yes. Then our older episodes where I'm like, yeah, you got to let him do it. And you're like, no, he's going to trade the team. He's going to trade this. I was like, hey, relax. It worked though, right? We won, right?
We won. Well, now he doesn't have enough help again.
Of course. That's every time.
Even though we get everything that he wants.
Really quick, before I answer this question.
Part of the stuff I don't like.
If we win this year, I don't think we will. If we win this year, did it work?
I mean, it's already worked.
Okay.
To me, it's already... once you get the one ring, it works.
That's my point.
$360 million. It works because you won the championship in the first year.
That's my point on... you can't... It's working, so you can't hit him too much on it. However, when he wants to talk every single issue there is in the world, he just wants to say something just to say something. That's annoying. And... especially with this one where he has to backtrack on a lot of comments or not even mention it because he's like, oh, maybe they won't forget that I said that. It's like, dude, you just said that you like the idea, and now you're saying it's stupid, but it's because you're in the position.
Not only that, Matty, he's never gonna be 100% again. If you looked at his other comments with this ankle sprain,
yeah,
you'll never be 100% again. So now it's even worse on him.
Yeah. Hey, but hey, guess what? Do I feel bad? I love the Lakers. I want them to win. But do I feel bad? We are all adults now. You're an adult. I'm an adult. Maybe he's a little older adult than us in age. But we all make our own decisions. And if you say some stupid-ass stuff like that, especially in this age of social media, guess what? It's going to come back and bite you in the ass.
I just don't like that. A lot of times you can't say nothing about LeBron.
No,
media. So big media will not allow LeBron slander because he pays for the ratings.
But we know exactly money.
Exactly. That's just my thing.
Right or wrong,
and maybe that's more towards why I have a disdain for LeBron
that
because
is fair. Maybe
everybody is constantly babying this guy. And I'm like, yo, this like you said, you're a grown man. You make the decisions you make. Face the consequences.
Yeah, but he won't. He's gonna get. We all agreed maybe since high school, okay? Because LeBron's been playing a long time, so we can respect that. But since high school, we've been saying LeBron's a crybaby. LeBron's this. LeBron's that. Still holds true. I still think. Trust me, I watched him 3 years ago when he was the Lakers. I was like, hell yeah, we got LeBron. But when I watch him, he gets his finger blocked or something. And he's all like complaining every 2 seconds.
And then he doesn't go back and play defense.
Yeah,
it drives me crazy.
I'm like, come on, LeBron, come on. To be fair, I did the same.
Suck it up, LeBron.
Again, every time I say, I gotta say. R.I.P. Kobe, but every time Kobe would make a dumbass play, and he did a lot. Laker fans, I understand that.
I didn't see any.
I understand that.
I didn't
it's been
see
a year.
one.
It's been a long time since he's been gone. We still respect him. We don't disrespect him. But what's true is true. You can't say Kobe was a saint on the basketball court because he was not.
No, he was not.
Was he perfect?
He was not.
100% not. He did some plays where you're like, this is stupid. Why did you do that? And I'll admit that.
That's fair enough.
Go ahead, take over 1 second because I'm getting like...
Yeah, no. No problem. So we were just to kind of talk about that. We're getting into... Well, I had a question for you, more or less. I know. Kobe comes up and this is what happens to us here. You actually I think you got a tear shedding right now. But
I seriously do.
What I wanted to ask you was, before we get to our next segments...
Go ahead.
We are winding down. There's about 8 or 9 games left, depending on where you're at in your season.
Yep.
What team should we be looking out for to maybe jump into that playoff race? What team should we be looking out for to make a deep run? And by the way, I know I didn't get a chance to say it on here, but we said it on Twitter. Congratulations to the Suns on clinching a playoff spot and making me look like a genius.
Good job.
Because once again, somebody told me, Jeremy, you're putting them too high. Jeremy, they're not going to do this. And here they are, number 1 seed in the Western Conference.
Number 1 exit, that's for sure, though. I'm just kidding. Good call.
The only way I think that happens is if they hit Golden State because Steph Curry is on a whole nother world, like playing on a whole nother planet right now.
That guy's ridiculous.
Are you all right there? You going to die?
I'm still coming back. I don't know what happened. The drink, by the way, is amazing. We do need to give a shout out to Mr. Benny Tango.
Yeah, shout out Benny.
He made us delicious drinks for Cinco de Mayo. They do have some stuff in it.
Squirt and Hornitos.
And Hornitos. It's not that. I don't know what I drank it and I felt some spice in the back of my throat. So every time I was talking to you,
well, it's a little warm.
I felt like I was trying to like. Every time I talked, it's like something was poking my throat, and I just couldn't go anymore, and it was like weird. I feel good now. All right.
So back to it. Give me a team in the Western Conference that maybe we should be looking out for that kind of sliding under the radar.
Okay, that's hard.
Or did I hit it with the Warriors?
I don't think. Yeah, the Warriors as a team might be sliding under the radar. Steph is not because everyone's talking how great he is, like you just said. He's definitely not. But that's a team you have to be very careful for. That team can wipe you out in 2 seconds.
I think so too, and I think Steph is just such a bad man out on the court. You let this guy get hot, you might lose a season.
Yeah.
And everything okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So I was thinking that I look at Portland in that 7th seed. As of now,
I like that one.
They would have Utah, right? Like, actually, they'd have to win into that Utah spot. But as of now, CJ's back. Dame is Dame, and Melo looks like he's kind of scoring again. I think those bottom two teams are
Golden. Technically, to be fair,
I was not going to give you the Lakers.
You can't say that because they're in the they're sitting in the same
No, because
spot.
when you're the favorite, you're not a sleeper team.
Fair. Hey, I'm asking you a question. That's all I asked for.
But
two teams that I think are in the I'm not sure about them. They're playing okay right now, especially one team. They lost yesterday. Denver. That I know
they've actually been doing pretty good with that. I looked at it. I think they're like 8-2 in their last 10 games since Jamal Murray left the team.
But still,
due to an ACL tear.
When it's time for playoff basketball.
That's the thing.
The other guard.
That is the thing there.
That's a big one. And then Utah, still don't trust them fully.
No, I still don't trust Utah either. And now that we look at it, Maddie, we talked about this before. I know Sacramento's not here. But can we kind of agree that maybe De'Aaron should get a little bit more credit for what he does? Because he's on a crappy team.
Hey, man.
And this dude's showing out and trying to put that team on his back.
Yeah, he's...
Remember I kind of gave you the Donovan Mitchell or De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, I get what you're saying.
But he's not there.
Yeah, I don't think he's there, man.
But he's not there. All right, that's fair enough.
I mean, it's been already 3 years already, and they're still there.
Team is booty. I really like Luke Walton, but I don't think he's the guy that I thought he was going to be.
True. Hey, maybe something. I mean, because a good question would be like, what if we switch? What's his name? De'Aaron and Donovan Mitchell, right? Is Donovan Mitchell out? Is Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs with that Sacramento team? Probably not. Is De'Aaron Fox a 2 seed in the West? Maybe.
He can put up the numbers like Donovan. That's the thing for me.
So is it the team now? Like the rest of the team, not just the players? Because maybe we're saying that they're pretty equal, and that could be...
That's a possibility, too. That's a possibility, too. Moving over to the Eastern Conference. Maddie.
Yes.
I think anybody that plays... If Washington gets into these playoffs, watch out. Because I truly think they can make a deep playoff run. Bradley Beal is still a scoring monster, and Russ is on fire.
Yeah, I hope so, because that team was in my freaking original 8.
We both had them in the 8. We both had them.
Now they're really disappointing us.
What I think is funny is we both had Philly out. Remember, it wasn't intentional. We just forgot about Philly, and they're the number 1 seed. Joel Embiid might be MVP or Jokic.
Yeah, and then you got a good call, I think, on your part. If I remember, you did say you liked Atlanta.
I did like Atlanta.
Atlanta's playing well. Don't know if I kind of told you that Miami was kind of high on your. I think they're still right there. No,
they're 6 seed. They're 6 seed at 35-31 right now.
Example, 6 seed. There's no chance in heck they get the 3rd seed, right? To jump up to the 3rd seed. The 4th seed, very possible. 3rd seed, no way.
I would say if they jump up to that 4 seed, when the New York Knicks have been looking good this year, Julius Randle, man,
9-1 in the last 10.
Yeah, Julius Randle's looking really good, but I think if Miami's able to get into that 4 seed and go against Atlanta,
something could happen. I agree.
I think they could take Philly. I don't know how, but I think they could do it. They just have that in them. That dog.
You like that one,
Jimmy Butler. Yeah. They have that dog. They have the dog.
Sorry, I just need to ask.
In him, and I think they could beat Philly. But if they go against Giannis, I'm not going to lie. I don't think it's possible. Last year, remember, they went past Milwaukee, but Giannis gets hurt.
True.
I think you could take Chris Middleton all day. I don't know if you could take Giannis and Middleton and Drew. That's the issue there.
We'll see. All right, let's move on.
Moving on, though, Maddie. I think it's time for something. I have something for you.
Let's do it.
It's time! Maddie, it is time for Jeremy's tip of the day.
Presented to you by no one.
Yeah, we don't have no one for that one today. Maddie,
Just Gary Sanchez Cup.
Maddie, my tip of the day for Cinco de Mayo is the man that threw a no-hitter today.
Congratulations.
Johnny Means of the Baltimore Orioles.
12,
there you go.
12 strikeouts.
Yeah, 12 Ks, no walks. The one runner that didn't allow this to be a perfect game was a called third strike.
Wild
drop.
pitch.
Yeah,
So
wild pitch.
I believe I read, first time in history, he has a no-hitter, but without a walk, without an error, without a hit by pitch, with all that stuff.
It was only a wild pitch?
Only the wild pitch. That's the first time it's ever happened like that.
So he has
12 strikeouts.
12, dude. Guy was on fire
Domination.
today. 12 Ks. So he's the 10th in Orioles history. 10th
no-hitter?
no-hitter in Orioles history. He
had
had command of everything going on.
Yep.
Fastball was ninth inning, still throwing 95.
Yeah, he's around like that 93, 94 range, right? Sometimes
95 in the ninth, man.
That's pretty good.
So to me, he had it all today. I think he's been one of those guys that the Orioles I think were looking for.
Well, I mean, he was
couple
an
years ago.
All-Star 2019.
You know what kind of all-star player?
Yeah, I know. I think we talked about that.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that Johnny Means wasn't good then. I think they were kind of expecting a solid pitcher in him. Maybe not an ace, but maybe a 2. And this guy showed up today and showed out exactly what he can do and not what he's been doing the past couple years.
Big time.
So
whoever thought he's putting on his he's giving me on his hat, giving me a tip. Whoever thought that John Means would make it on our show twice? Baltimore Oreo. We did talk about him earlier.
We've talked about it before. I know we have. Yes.
He was the one that we talked about when you told me about the spring training hole. You know, you could start a pitcher if it's not working out, you can pull him out and then bring him back in again second inning.
Johnny Means started the first inning through 30-something pitches.
How the hell did that happen? That happened.
Yes, exactly. That did happen.
Like that. I remember that.
As we're talking, Gavin Lux just doubles my guy. Luxy. And then one more tip of the cap.
Yeah.
So a good friend of the show, Maddie, Peter Montero, received his
ring.
World Series ring.
Saw it. Congratulations.
World Series ring. You know what? He gets a.
Give me a hell yeah.
He gets a hell yeah. He gets a hell yeah while we're at it. Congrats, Petey, on that ring. Unfortunately, he wasn't with the team all year, but he's part of that development and getting those guys ready for the season. So shout out to him on that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
As I send us a screenshot of that ring, I want to see it.
Oh, I have it. I'll show you.
Yeah?
I'll show you the ring.
Cool. Awesome.
It's beautiful. Maddie.
Yeah, we're going to move on.
Something that's not beautiful right now.
Yeah, we got to move on to baseball, unfortunately.
Something that's not beautiful. The Dodgers in the past, 14 games. I think it's 12 and 14. I know for a fact it's 2-8 out of the last 10.
Oh, 4-16 out of the last 20, right?
Well,
no, it can't be 16.
That would be 16 games, buddy.
Yeah, you're right. I think I saw it. It was 4-12. That's what it was.
Whatever it is.
4-12.
Not pretty. Mm-hmm. Very sloppy. Mm-hmm. And something that we said wow about in the beginning, it's kind of hurting them to me. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess first let's hit the injury bug. Let's hit our injury list. Dustin May out.
For the year. Tommy
John. Edwin Rios just hit the IL today.
Thank goodness.
With a shoulder strain. I think shoulder strain.
Did you say shoulder injury?
Oh, is it just shoulder injury?
More like you're struggling.
This is more, hey, go
off.
get some at-bats, clear your head, come back in. I was actually hoping they were going to send him down to the alternate site. Just go get some.
I'm almost 100% sure that's going to happen.
I think that's exactly what it is.
I think you're just injured, going to come back once you're good, but then you're actually going to go
to
Arizona first.
Yeah, I just want him to get some at-bats. Cody Bellinger's still down with the hairline fracture. Not running at full speed yet, but taking at-bats. We just found out Joe Kelly got shoulder surgery.
Because he had a cyst.
He had a couple cysts in the shoulder, and they patched up some stuff, too, and there's some loose bodies. Hoping for him to come out. I heard Doc talking about it in Milwaukee that he could be back. Now starting to look maybe another week or so. Mm-hmm. He is building up. Hopefully he's back soon. The Catman. Still down.
Building up
to be a starter.
Which is good.
I like Tony. You're not as big of a fan, but I think he has Tony. A set role. This guy could be really dominant because he knows what he's going in there to do.
I like Tony. If you say he's your fifth starter still, you're still, man, dude. That's still
it's still beautiful, right? Maddie, just a lot of things are going wrong. Kenley is hot and cold. I actually want to get into Kenley later.
Yep.
I have some questions. We can close out our Dodger segment with Kenley, who is not coming out to California Love anymore, but to a gangsta party, I think it was, is what it is. bats are cold. I had numbers for you, and I lost my numbers.
Don't worry, they're awful. I think it's like without the Milwaukee bats out there hitting like 206 in the last whatever span.
Whatever it is, Matty. It's just
100 something strikeouts. Not doing well.
Remember, we kind of said here is like, wow, look at the Dodgers start, and they're not even playing their guys every day.
Yep.
Does that kind of feel like maybe that's an underlying issue here, where our guys aren't getting all the at-bats they need, all the time they need on the field, and maybe it's starting to cause a little bit of issues now at the plate, on the field? Or do you feel this is just a slump?
I think this is
bumping the road.
A bump in the road, 100%.
Our starting projections are no longer available. Do you remember when we said 35-10?
Yeah, I know.
That's out the door.
I said, man, yep, 35 and 15. 50 games, right?
Is that what it was?
What are we going to be in 50 games? And
you're not going to be there.
Yeah, we're not going to be there unless we win whatever, like 30 in a row, right? So basically, I think it's just a lot of just not playing well, going through their slumps. The Dodgers are a team where it relies on their depth, so it's good. That's why they're able to switch out, stay healthy, supposedly. But unfortunately, not to make any excuses because it happens to every team, they get injured. Right?
Injury bug bit early.
Injury bug everybody. But still, what's the point? What did they say? Oh, well, the Dodgers are so deep. If they do get injured, they can do this. We're here now where we have depth, where we have guys who are supposed to step in. But guess what?
Scott Kingery's done, by the way. I forgot to add him on the list.
Yeah, which now we're,
The depth is hurt. That's the issue.
The depth is hurt. If your backup is Edwin Rios, your backup is Tony Gonsolin, your backup was Gavin Lux before this last 5 days, was Gavin Lux. Your backup was whoever it is, Zach McKinstry, all hurt. So all those guys, all down. Now you got to play Mookie, them more, a lot more. Well, Cody is a starter, but he's out too. You got to play those guys more. And guess what? They're just not performing. The only guy really who's been performing, even though I think he went through a slump too, but now he's kind of regulated, but he's still hitting like 320 is Justin Turner. Only guy who's been hitting really. Matt Beatty has been hitting since he's come back, which I don't understand why he didn't start yesterday. It's another conversation for another time.
He wants a professional at bat off the bench,
but then you don't pinch hit him when the game's on the line. Yes. So that's again different story. Chris Taylor I'll give him a little props. He's been the only guy who's actually been consistent.
He's just consistent. 260, 270.
He's a 260, 270 hitter. He hits a couple of bombs here and there. And guess what's he hitting right now? 272. He is consistent. Justin Turner 330. Seager started off really good. Down. Mookie, I think he's hurt. I think he's playing through injury. That's why he's just not who he is right now.
Well, I think, for me personally, what I think happened was Mookie hurt at the back, right, in Oakland.
Yep.
Was it the day after Cody? I think it was the day after Cody.
Yeah, the day after. Well, it was that series.
Okay, it was the whole series,
Pretty much the whole series. Yeah, you're good.
Basically, the whole series, right? He's out. Cody goes down. You're like, all right, guys, it's just Mookie's back's a little banged up.
Yep.
Cody's got stepped on.
Yep.
He'll be fine. Cody's got a hairline fracture.
Yep.
Mookie, you got to play, man.
You got to play. You have to.
Now we have to have you in the lineup because we can't be missing these two key at-bats every night.
Yep.
And I think you're kind of right. He says he's been okay, but I think we're lucky enough to listen to Sportsnet. You listen to Nomar kind of break it down. Maybe that back throughout his not alignment, but his mechanics.
Yeah.
Just this kind of pinches it. I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
Mookie's saying the back is fine. He's just slumping.
Yeah.
But when I look at it, I think it's more than a slump because Mookie's eye is usually pretty good.
And
he doesn't swing and miss. I think last year they said it was like a 6% swing and miss rate, lowest in baseball or something like that. I'm watching him now. He's missing fastballs down the middle. He's swinging at pitches not in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's more than we know is going on with him.
I agree.
And I think he's just trying to play it out. I almost feel like at some point we should just say, take your time off. We're going to go through this slump anyways. You get better.
Yeah, because
the team will get healthier. Mm-hmm. Not only that, A.J. Pollock gets regular at-bats. Chris Taylor gets regular at-bats. Gavin Lux will get regular at-bats. Right field will probably be a question mark still, but Matt Beatty, Luke Raley, maybe a little bit of DJ Peters, whoever it is.
Yeah.
These guys will get more at-bats, and they'll be ready for when you're ready.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like, to be fair, like right now, the starting lineup, it's Betts, Seager, Turner, Muncy, all those guys. Betts right now, he's 2 strikeouts today. He's left 1 on base. He doesn't look right.
That dude, his strikeout numbers.
They off.
Getting up.
They off right now because who, like you just mentioned his name, who is actually hitting the ball? It looks like he's hitting the ball pretty well. It's A.J. Pollock. And you can't put him in the lineup because you need to put Betts. You need to put Taylor. Now Beatty's starting to swing bat. But I get what you're saying. Betts is like that type of player. Well, we all think that. But maybe we need to just save a little bit from himself. Like, dude, you're that good. You're going to help us that much. But right now?
I think that's that's where we might be where, like I said, let's get these guys hot because, Mookie, I know when you're playing, it doesn't take you 50 at-bats to get hot, right? Or whatever it might be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
These guys need as many at-bats as possible. For me, the guy that really needs at-bats is Gavin Lux.
Yeah, he just came back too.
He's had some ugly at-bats, I'll give you that. But I've also seen where he smoked the ball and maybe the result wasn't there.
Yeah.
Gavin Lux is putting the ball in play. There's little things that you can constantly see where he's getting better. And I just think little by little, these guys just need at-bats. Just let them get the at-bats, and it'll be better in the long run. So he's hurt. I think we got some ice issues. And then I think, personally, Gradwell might be done for the season.
You think it's that bad? I heard on the radio on the way here, actually, to you that he's actually going to be sent to the training site already.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that it's hopefully just a forearm. It's not more than an elbow thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's cooling our drinks with us with some ice. Yeah, sure. But we don't know yet. We don't know on that one.
I'm worried.
I'm worried
about it.
Yeah, we're 2-10. May's out. Rio's out. Gradwell, the strain. Kelly, he's got the cyst. Well, hopefully he's coming back.
He's back. He's almost back.
Now the next one. Kenley Jansen. Hot or cold?
That's what I wanted to get to. Yes. Oh, actually, before we get to Kenley, I just want to talk about Dustin May real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Dustin May out for Tommy John. What impact do you think this is going to have on the Dodgers this season, maybe going forward?
Personally, do I ever want to see anyone, of course it's Dodgers, but anyone go out for the whole season and a half with Tommy John? No, never. Especially Dustin May, who's a phenom. I think we kind of talked about it a little bit. The only bright side, if there's any about getting Tommy John, is that he's still quite young. He's still early on in his career. I don't think so much about him coming back stronger or anything like that. Yeah, it might happen, but there's no point in that. It's not like a guy who's throwing 91. He's gonna throw 90. He throws 100 already.
He'll be fine.
That's not a big deal. I personally don't think this is why we have so much depth. I think you also tweeted out. We tweeted out the whole importance now of getting Trevor Bauer. How good that was.
Well, now it makes you look 10 times better, right? Before it was just a luxury.
Yeah.
Now it's almost a need, especially with the way he's been pitching.
But still have Tony coming up. He'll be there. Hopefully Price heals.
We might have to see Josiah this year.
I was about
David Price is hurt. We forgot to write that.
But that's a hammy. That's not an arm thing. Hopefully that's just...
It's kind of, not funny, but kind of funny. Like in the sense of the little term.
Yeah.
This dude probably would have been in the starting rotation, right? If he would have waited like a week later to get hurt, this guy's in the starting rotation. Exactly. I know he was supposed to have a start actually in Milwaukee. I think he was supposed to go 2 or 3, and then they're going to start bullpenning. But he would have definitely been in there, been the 5th starter. And that's a hell of a 5th starter right there.
Of course. You have the young kid who I know yesterday he almost got out of it, and he gave it a 2-run bomb to Javi Baez, but I know they still like Mitchell White a little bit. He could definitely be a 5th start. But you got to realize we've been very lucky these last 8 years to see guys to just plug and play. And sometimes that plug-and-play guy is just not going to be to the standards of what we've hoped.
Correct.
How many teams in the 30 teams in Major League Baseball can say our 5th starter, I think we talked about at the beginning of the year, is Tony Gonsolin or Dustin May? They would take that in a heartbeat. Would they take that for their 4th or 3rd starter? Even, their ace, right? So for us, just got to be patient. Don't worry, it's still May. There's a reason why when we talked about it, we were like, hey, they're playing really well. Maybe we are. But what did you say? It's like there's a reason why we're called the boys of summer. So just relax.
Usually they get hot in the summer. It's been bad. It's been hard to watch, 100%. Bright side, we are still number 1 in run differential. Did you know that? I have not.
We are plus.
I did not notice.
I believe we are plus, because yesterday we only lost by 1. So technically we are plus 42. No, that doesn't mean for much. If
plus 38 right now.
Sorry, plus 38. Doesn't mean much if we're not winning, but that technically means most of the time you are playing
pretty good baseball.
You're not losing. We're playing sloppy as hell too. Errors are a big thing. Corey Seager, dude, do you want that contract dog? Play some defense, dude.
So Shy Sox are at 36.
But what I'm telling you is, usually the guys who are plus in run differential are going to be the teams that make it to the playoffs.
Usually, yeah.
Usually.
More than
it's
likely.
just because you're just, there's not a lot of teams who are scoring a bunch of runs and then you lose a game. I know we had that one outburst, but generally, and we're losing by 1 or 2 runs. Bullpen ERA, even though a lot of people are kind of worried about the bullpen, supposedly, you guys, does everyone know that's a 3.7 ERA?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
That's like 6th in MLB.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Right? Because you see him go out there, you're like, but you're like, actually, it's not that bad.
No, the bullpen's actually been very good.
And overall, we probably think that they could be better, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you know what the issue is our pitching's been fantastic. Minus yesterday's Kershaw, which is a little questionable to me, but I think I got an idea.
You know why they took him out? Is that what you're saying? Why they took him out?
My idea would be they don't want to see anymore until October.
What do you mean October?
For Kershaw, Cubs possible.
Oh, really? You think that?
That's my thought.
No,
What's yours?
I went straight. Well, the May.
You think back?
No. The May injury happened so quick, right? Hey, we're injured with May. We don't have Tony Gonsolin. We got to start on Saturday in what do you call it?
What?
Give me the in Anaheim.
Yeah.
No, if it started, that's May Day. They originally had a bullpen game in Milwaukee. They had to do it, and of course, another bullpen because of May.
Yeah.
Kershaw gets blown up, 38 pitches. Guess what?
That's your bullpen day. You're fine.
Saturday, move Kershaw now to Saturday. Take him out. Yeah, you were bad. You're going to cost us more runs if we try to keep you in any longer. Saturday now, you're kind of fresh because technically he didn't really pitch.
Yeah.
Right?
More of a bullpen session.
I almost guarantee you see Kershaw pitch Saturday in like short days rest because technically
38 pitches. No, yeah, you might be onto something there. Because I thought more. They seen you. They know it.
Yeah.
Let's just call it right here. So when we see them later, if you are a little bit different, they're not going to catch you as much.
I get your point, but at the same time, you can make that argument for if you're like, then why show guys more if you don't have to, right?
I mean, give or take,
you just go. He's pitching well.
Sometimes you got to worry about the bullpen just for the series or whatever it is. But that was kind of my thought. Like, hey, it's all right. Not a big deal. Because I think Kershaw's had 3 other appearances where he's allowed 4. And 2 of them, one, he just gets blown up for 7. And the other 2, that was it.
And to give up in 1 run, too, is very unlikely.
So that's kind of my thought. Just, it's all right. Now to close it out with Kenley. My question to you. So, I've been going places. I hear people talk. And every time they're like, oh, who's closing the game today? Better not be Kenley.
Yeah.
I kind of take a second.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys know this is like the best closer in Dodgers history, right?
It is.
And
by the numbers.
I understand he's not what he used to be.
Yeah.
Can you name somebody else? Give me 3 other closers you would take before you take Kenley. I know you're going to say...
I'm sorry, is this in Dodger history? Or
no.
This is just in history?
No, in baseball. Oh. This year's baseball league. Can you actually name...
Oh, you mean right now?
Yeah, right now. Can you actually name 3 closers where you'd be like, that guy is so much better than this guy?
Very nice, very nice. Ooh, okay, wow.
Because, and I know in my head, I'm like, Matty... When I heard this a lot of it yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Especially since they were going into extra innings.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I already know Matty's going to say Blake. But you look at the numbers, they're damn near the same.
So what do you...
Yeah.
Well, no, I still choose Kenley. I think Kenley...
But your second option is usually Blake.
Oh, yeah.
Yes or no?
Blake, especially with Knable out now, too.
Yeah, so especially with him out is Blake, right? Yep. And I'm like, look at the numbers, they're really the same. So what do you...
Yeah.
It's hit or miss, right? They're both in the air.
Throwing 0.0 whatever.
Exactly.
I get you.
So I was thinking, like, in my head... Off the top of my head, I thought of 2 guys, and one of them's having a bad year.
Okay.
Who I would say, okay, I have a chance to close with these guys. I'll probably close with these guys, but other than that, I'm not closing with anybody else.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, so you chose 2. I'm pretty sure one of them we're gonna share the same opinion. That's New York guy.
Yeah, Aroldis.
100% Aroldis.
He's on fire this year.
And I believe the numbers back him up. Let me look it up really quick.
I think his numbers back him up.
No earned runs this year, 24-3. Aroldis. Another one on the top of my head. Guy who signed a big Hendricks?
Yep.
Right?
And even then, he's having a bad year.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, yeah. 3.97. He doesn't walk anybody, which is still good for a closer, but you're right.
That means they're hitting him.
He's having a down year. You're right.
So, when I heard that, I'm like, people, we need to actually appreciate what Kenley is. Mm-hmm. And if I'm being honest, you better expect him probably next year after that contract's up. Mm. Because right now, Gratterall doesn't have his swing and miss stuff. Knable's injury prone. Blake is... a hard-throwing, what's his name? Kenley. I can't believe I'm like, what the hell's his name?
Yeah, a little more sinkers, but yeah.
What else is there that you're like, we got to get rid of this guy?
Yeah.
So that was all. I just wanted to give a little love.
Little Kenley love?
Little Kenley
A lot
love.
of people hate him for no reason.
This guy's he's Kershaw in a sense where he's a victim of his own success.
Yeah.
You're just so damn dominant that when you become great
or good,
not dominant or good,
you're like, what the
you're
hell
like, this guy's a bum now.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Kershaw pitches 2-point-something ERA. Oh, this guy sucks now.
Yeah.
Because the strikeout totals aren't what they used to be.
Yeah. Even though he's second in strikeouts with the off-speed pitch. Did you know that? Just want to throw that out there.
Well, let's talk about totals. I'm talking about total strikeouts.
Total strikeouts. Hey, I'm just saying.
I like your thought process, but I'm just talking about total strikeouts. He's not hitting 250 no more.
No.
I love him, but he's not going to hit 250. Maybe I'd be surprised if he hits 200.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of my thought process. So this is my Kenley love.
Kenley love.
Maddie, before we kind of start wrapping up here,
2.5.
we got to talk about the teams in the league real quick.
Yeah, well, I guess we can run them off really quick.
So I just want to get really, really quick. I have something that we tweeted out today. Get your thoughts on it.
Sure. I think I read it, but go ahead and read it again.
I'm sure you did. Let me bring it back up. Regarding the mighty Trastros.
Oh, yeah.
Playing in New York right now.
What about it? The whole, hey, they're really mean to us.
That is exactly where we're going with it.
Can we have the Yankees not boo us, please? Because we've been through a lot.
At Matty Mace, or Matty Mass, was at the Yankee game today, was asked by Yankee security to take off the Trastro shirt while in line at request of the MLB. The Houston Astros are so... Oh, that was him. MLB asked him to take off the shirt.
Yeah, because Rob Manfred's a little punk.
Say it. Just say it, Maddie.
He's a little bitch.
Exactly.
Exactly. Just in case we ever get banned from MLB ever, if we get up to that level where we're the podcast team of the MLB, Rob Manfred be like, that guy called me a bitch.
And I'm
He's
like,
out.
You deserved it.
Yeah.
AL executives from an anonymous Texas team say Alex Bregman and Carlos Correa should protest these games in New York. If I'm these two, I'm going to Manfred's office, the exec said. Yankee fans must be held accountable for player safety. We demand an empty stadium
Player safety?
tonight.
There's already 6 feet of separation. You can't do that because of COVID rules. So what's your safety? Verbal abuse?
They are receiving verbal abuse. And yesterday, or last night, Carlos Correa said, after going 0 for 4, it's hard to play out here with what they're saying. Did you hear what they were calling Altuve? I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for this whole situation.
Fuck off.
You know what they're chanting? A-hole.
Yeah. Cheater.
Fair enough.
A-hole.
You won the 2017 MVP away from their guy,
yeah.
Aaron Judge, who hit
what do you
330
expect?
with 50 billion home runs.
Dude, usually I don't call for some backup here, but let's call Barry Bonds when everyone found out he was a steroid cheater and put him in left field in Dodger Stadium. Do you know what they called him? I've been to those games before.
Maddie, what do you got? Oh, no.
No, I'm just kidding. They didn't say that. They didn't say that. I made a gesture that he had a big watermelon head.
Oh, no.
But go ahead, Carlos Correa. Before you know the facts, shut the fuck up.
There you go.
He doesn't know
the
facts.
He didn't know the facts.
He doesn't know the facts, dude. That's stupid. Has he ever heard... This guy sitting right here to our left, you too, but obviously since he lives right next to me, we've been growing up since all of us were like 10, 11 years old. And what's one of the things we used to say for fun? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me.
Rihanna said it too.
Did she?
In the S&M song.
But anyways.
Oh, no.
No. Hey, I'm just saying. But I made this guy laugh. But what I'm saying is that these guys have to chill a little bit, man. Come on, man. You guys got it easy last year.
To me, that really was the issue, is that it was too easy for them to get by. They're like, hey, we're past this situation. Why isn't everybody else? The only issue is nobody else had a chance to say nothing to you.
And you guys got off easy.
And
freaking Amir Garrett getting 7 game suspensions go for flexing his muscles, and these guys get 0 for cheating.
Exactly.
Okay, we're done with this. We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Well, I was gonna say,
right?
We kind of tweeted out just saying like, I think had MLB done something in the beginning, when this all happened, everyone would be like, okay, justice was served. Yeah, we can walk away. But because they didn't,
now you got taking your own.
Now everybody else is like, we will do the power.
Exactly,
we will have this.
Man.
You just gave everybody the Infinity Stones.
Exactly.
They're putting the gauntlet on, and it's time to show them what the hell's up.
I'm so upset about that now, dude. I need to listen to some music or something. Maybe some Chris Brown. I don't know.
Oh my god. So it's kind of. I know we're talked about this last week, actually. I talked about it with Jamal. Jamal was on the show with us.
I know. Shout out to Jamal. I heard him.
Kind of talking about the player union and why things weren't allowed the way we were. For him, he's saying player union would have backed them up. In my head, I think player unions would have said, screw you guys.
I mean, I think...
But it's tough to say.
It's tough to say because we won't know. Even though I know what you're saying, I tend to go with him only because unions, whatever, usually they just, regardless of what it is...
They would not regardless.
Huh?
Unions win regardless.
Yeah, they're gonna have your back 100% right or wrong. It's like having a, you're guilty, but you get a lawyer or something. They're gonna back you up regardless. They know you did something wrong.
Yes.
So they're gonna back you up. You paid the money. You're in the union. That they're gonna get you. It's just your right. It's your right to defend yourself. Whatever it is.
MLB the MLBPA kind of didn't back up A-Rod in his biogenesis scandal. If you kind of remember.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to think of an A-Rod impersonation for you, but I couldn't do it.
Well, he said the other day Lindor should start getting fined or in trouble if he's hitting more than 25 home runs, and maybe that'll get him back into playing like Lindor.
If you don't hit 20, I can't do his voice.
If you hit more than 25.
Man, I can't do his voice, so I'm trying to get his voice.
And then you got to do the hand.
Yeah, the hand gestures and the very cliches,
Yeah,
just because he's tardy. I can't do it. Can't do it. He talks like a certain way. It's pretty funny.
No, but I just lost my train of thought now.
Sorry. Okay, well, I got you. So
basically, Astros suck, Trashos suck, Trashos
We got to go through the teams really quick. Giants.
Go ahead,
Giants playing well. We talked about
they're gritty.
I think they're gritty. I think they're going to be in there. They're going to cause havoc for both teams. Because who's in first? Guess what? Not us. Guess what? Not the Padres. Yeah,
it's the Giants.
Exactly. NL East. I like how you put it. They suck, just like everyone predicted. That no one knows. No one knows.
I don't know what the hell's going on over there.
Atlanta, what the hell's going on? New York can't score damn runs every time DeGrom's on the field. Philadelphia is not performing as always. So what are you going to do?
Angels suck, but Mike Trout is hitting 400. Mike Trout is a god. Mike Trout would be the next person that hits 400 if there's ever another person.
Angels, to be fair, at least they're not. Aren't they like 500?
No, they're under 14 and 16.
Angels, man, I'm trying to give you guys some love, but you guys can never help me out here, man.
Usually, 13 and 15. I'm sorry.
Calling all angels.
But they're playing Tampa Bay tonight, so let's just call it 14 and 16. 14 and 16. Boston killing it. Verdugo looks like he is a gem.
Yeah,
just like he was supposed to be originally.
Yeah, man. I think he's always been a good hitter. Looks pretty good. How's Kike doing? You know how Kiki's doing?
Just about what you thought he would.
Yeah, on and off, right? On and
off.
It's
not pretty, man. I think I have one. Nope. Nope. There's Kike.
Oh, you're so mean.
There's Kike.
Boston.
They're Boston, first place in the AL East right now.
It was good. Sorry.
I think they can actually keep up for a little while until the pitching kind of comes back to normal. Chris Sale threw his first bullpen since Tommy John.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some love over there. My eye is killing me.
I'm not laughing because of the eye. I'm laughing because I can't read. Yankees getting back to normal, which is good. They did suck ass too.
Yeah, and they're yelling at Astro fans, so they're even better in my book.
Yeah, they feel good. They feel good. Your boy, Luis Robert from the Chicago White Sox, out with a torn hip flexor. Oh. You know how long that takes to recover?
Yeah, they were saying like 3 to 4 months.
Oh, dude. I didn't know. I was asking.
No, I think it was like 3 to 4 months, no baseball activity.
Shit! Okay, sorry.
So he's out. Hopefully.
Ben,
that's two big plays. That's two big players, dude, out of Chicago. That's Eloy now, and you have Luis Robert missing. Jose Abreu's going to have to cut.
One in the top, one in the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
For real, yeah.
Injury in the top, injury in the bottom.
Yeah, so hopefully they can right the ship. Not right
Question,
the ship.
Did you remember when Brian Snyder, he was a catcher, he went on a DL because it was labeled a fractured testicle?
What did he do?
He fractured his testicle. I didn't know you could do that.
Well, I got one better for you. A's pitcher, Jesus Luzardo.
Yeah?
Hairline fracture in his hand from playing video games.
Get the F out.
Nope. That he was playing, went like this, just kind of hit his hand on the table really quick.
Dude, I got to be careful
Hairline
with that.
fracture on his pitching hand.
Dude, I got to be careful with that. Ben knows right here and stand next to me. Sometimes I play FIFA, so I get pissed off and I start slamming things. I ripped the shirt before.
What is your problem?
Dude, I don't know. I went full like help me out here. Funny movie. Green guy.
Incredible Hulk.
No, funny.
It's funny if you look at it.
Furry. The Grinch. It was like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
I got crazy, dude. Damn, I missed that shirt. Okay.
Oh, and Oakland is back to normal after starting off
they won like 11 in a row. Me and Nick were watching the game against the Twins when they were they literally had the game, and remember, I don't know if you saw it, the Twins, the roller,
third base.
He threw it like into the other planet.
Yes. The other planet.
Yeah.
Not a certain planet, just the other planet.
Ben put too much tequila in his drink, dude.
Dude, okay. Well, Maddie, we didn't hit all 30 teams today, which is fine. But
we got a Hershey's Kiss.
We didn't get the whole Hershey's bar, but we got the Hershey's Kiss.
Got him.
But Maddie.
Yes.
It was good to finally have you back in. Hey. It was good to do another episode. Everybody, make sure you guys are finding us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere podcasts are available. Going to with Matthew and Jeremy. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want to find us.
Hey, keep following us on Twitter, man. We're almost at 1,000.
We are almost at 1,000, and we're sending out
like
some
750 or something.
Great tweets all the time. Make sure you guys are commenting back.
And vote for our guy Abe.
Yeah, vote for Abe. Vote for Abe.
Oh, yeah.
Abe from the docket.
Are you okay, dude?
No, my eye hurts, man.
His eye hurts, guys. I'm just letting you guys know.
I guess as always, Maddie.
Hey, man.
Much love.
Much love.